All right. The fifth dimension, the Aquarius song. Let the sun shine in. We are in Aquarius season, which is Leo's partner in crime. So each zodiac has an opposite, and the Aquarius's opposite is Leo. Hello, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Karina, a transformational astrologist and life coach, and I'm here to give you the information about the new moon in Aquarius that is happening either on January 31st or February 1st, depending on where you are. But where I am, it will be the 31st. And let me get you the time at exactly 9:46 p.m. And this will be on the day of the lunar Chinese New Year, the year of the water tiger, which to me sounds like we're going to be taking a lot of action. Now, with this, let me pull up my chart real quick and grab a little bit of my coffee. So this coffee today is nasal fluid. Okay. It came out so strong. So I could only do like little sips, but I do have this amazing mushroom coffee blend that I made with a variety of different mushroom powders. This is like lion's mane, shiitake, just like 10 to 12 varieties of mushroom powders inside here with turmeric, cinnamon, and cardamom. Am I saying that right? And I put a little bit of vanilla in there to make it taste good. Now, this is really good for brain fog, which is kind of the coronavirus side effect when you have it. And apparently I've been finding different research that people are having this brain fog even after that they've had it. So I think that mushrooms are really good, being this or microdosing psychedelics that will help clear that brain fog, or I feel like it blocks the connection between you and the divine. So with that being said, make yourself some mud water if you're feeling a little brain foggy. All right, so what is happening? So it looks like this new moon is happening right after the Venus direct. So first, on the 28th of January, we have Venus and Pluto coming together in Capricorn, and it's having a very deep conversation. And this could be a conversation, depending on where it is in your chart, with ourselves. Okay, we are having a conversation not only with our ego, but as well as our feelings and emotion, and maybe what we're intuiting. So we are being extremely raw and transparent with ourselves, and then will be with other. Okay, so we have to get what we are trying to move forward on This could be our work projects, our career and legacy. This could be our relationships. This is romantic or business relationships. And this could be about even our world around us, as the old world is dismantling and we're trying to come up with ways that we could do it in a harmonious, balanced way. Now, Venus goes direct on the 29th, which is bringing a lot of our highlights to our bank accounts and our money in crypto and stock. This is where we're going to start seeing some movement on the uprise. So just keep checking in on those accounts. If you have money, while everything is low, would be a good time to buy, because you want to buy low and sell high. Now, another thing that's happening is after this new moon, which I wanted to point out real quick, is the Venus and Mars conjunction that's happening in Capricorn, which I will do a separate video on that. But that last conjunction happened in Leo in July when I was in Maui. So there is something that is kind of like a new cycle for the masculine and feminine energy. And during this new moon, Venus will be at a twin flame number of the number of 11, which is the pillars of balancing and seeing both sides of the veil, let's say. So I could see both, because one is with Christopher Witteke's step astrology. 11 is, it's Chiron, the wounded healer. And so this is like healing around being seen. And because one is sun. And so the sun, you have like the sun highlighting both our masculine and our feminine energy. You could be seeing two different directions. So we are at a fork, like kind of like a crossroad. Okay. And so we are making some very life-changing moves right now. This isn't something that you make a turn and could reroute and try again. To me, this energy is saying that whatever decisions that you are moving forward with, whether that is going after what you desire, being authentic, speaking your truth, living from the heart, and being able to verbalize that with another person, or is it maybe you're just going to have to learn this all over again and continue to repeat these cycles that you keep putting yourself through and not learning. So this is a really big choice, because Saturn's involved. And when Saturn's involved, it's very stable and concrete. And it's somewhat karmic too. So some of these new beginnings have some kind of like a karmic feel. So it could be that we are meeting some karmic partners, or releasing some karmic partners, coming into our future connections, soulmates, partnerships. And Jupiter is kind of by himself over in Pisces, expanding this unknown, this unconscious. We're really getting a lot coming in from our dreams. I personally have been having a hard time remembering them, but I know that there's been like a lot going on the other side. Everything is on one side of this chart. There is definitely a lot that is needing to be expressed. It's kind of a bowl sitting on a table and you're wanting to move it, but it's heavy and it doesn't have a way to move it, like a handle or anything. So this could be very frustrating energy. Now, the Venus and Mars conjunction that I was talking about is on February 16th. And that's actually on the day of the full moon in Leo. Whoa. So that's crazy. There is a new beginning happening in the area of partnerships for Leos. And there is a completion happening in changes that are happening in the area of partnerships for Aquariuses during this Venus-Mars conjunction, which might be tapping in and tuning in to some of the unconscious patterns that are keeping Aquariuses trapped in cycles that they don't want to be in. They don't want to keep repeating themselves and doing the same thing over and over. So it could just be a realization for Aquariuses to let go of the people and the things and the thoughts that are no longer serving them so they can move forward. Now, this retrograde was happening. Mercury retrograde was really happening for Aquariuses and highlighting what they need to reassess, reevaluate. So this full moon is, I think, has a lot to do with that Mercury retrograde. Now, Venus was retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, which could just be highlighting like how the old world is dismantling and the new world is being created, and how are we going to create more abundance? Because when there is a transformation, there's a death, and this death is happening in a lot of the pockets of the Americans and worldwide, I'm sure. But for America, we are having the Pluto return, which is a starting of a new cycle from 1776. Ooh, excuse me. All right, so this new moon is at the degree of 12 degrees of Aquarius, which in the step astrology would be the sun and the moon. Okay, so this is a huge new beginning in the area where 12 degrees of Aquarius is for you. If you don't know, you can go to astro.com and pull up your birth chart for free. If you need help interpreting it or getting a birth chart reading, you could hit me up, go to my website at www.LucidLivingMovement.com. So we will be filling into this new moon as students of the heart. We need to pay attention to our emotional needs and who is supporting us. That is a part of our journey. These feelings are bringing together our soul tribe and our community of people. We are becoming clear as to what we believe through these feelings that we are experiencing. And the new moon is the sun and the moon, right? Coming together. They're merging energies. This is the masculine, feminine energy. And they're coming together to initiate a new energetic cycle for this area, as well as the moon. This degree is creating creating a super new moon, bringing the heart of the lion and the inner knowing and feeling together. So we're being asked to connect with others and nurture ourselves above all. And we will find mutual loving relationships and communities as a result, right? So we're being challenged to take action on what our hearts are guiding us to do. We could be more charitable to others, giving back to our community at this time, feeling the fear and continuing to do it scared, whatever that is that makes us nervous, or the unknown, or stepping into the unknown. Now, in the new world, stepping into the unknown is the way that you get to the known. And it is the way of ultimate success and happiness. We are leaving behind and cutting cords at this time with people that no longer see our value and contribute to our lives in a positive way. Well, we will be suddenly making moves that aren't thought through very well, but in the long run, it will be very necessary. So I wanted to read the inside degrees for the 12. Oh my God, it is coming off. How ridiculous is this? Sorry, it's really early for me. This is a very Aquarian, a pink. Oh my God, I probably look like a freak, but hey, that's what Aquarius is all about. They're just a little eccentric and a quirky and a little off, because their ruling planet, Uranus, is the only planet that spins cattywampus on its side. And it's through trials and challenges that make them the way that they are. Okay, so Aquarius at 12 degrees with the inside degrees is heated argument turns into laughter. So we are trying to clear the air. Mercury is still retrograde during this new moon, and it will be going direct a couple days later. You can't make this up. Tension and release. And that is definitely happening as Pluto and Mercury come together. And constriction and expansion. So the constriction would be the new moon on Saturn, and expansion would be Jupiter and Pisces, expanding that love and that oneness that we have with humanity and within our relationships. The breath of the mind resolving is its dualities. So the breath of the mind resolving its dualities. So this is Mercury, and the duality would be Gemini, which is the ruler of Mercury. In order to make it possible for radical truths and significant realizations to come through, you must first karmically dramatize inside the ego mind and outside as well, the unbearable tension between opposing points of view. Okay. You enter upon disputes, advocate positions, set up heroes and villains. And then when your whole inner and outer world is packed with dilemmas, problems, arguments, and battles, you become ready to seek out synthesis, to enter upon a cycle of restoring wholeness. So during this retrograde season, there has been a lot of separation and disputes, isolating, going inward. Retrogrades are about going inward and kind of like rethinking what you want and your plans and how you're doing things. Because as the world is constantly evolving and changing at very high rates, we also need to change our direction in order to evolve and flow with all the changes around. So during this experimental year, the experimental years, spice means everything. But during your maturity, there is no further mileage to be had in turning anything against anything else. Getting it that you made it all up in the first place, and that the rational mind delights in controversy, but has its limits. When resolution comes, everything looks different. All of life turns around, and most particularly, your relation to yourself changes from the critic into the friend and respectful ally of your own inward intentions. So that's cool. So yeah. So when you're moving from the critic to a friend, respectfully of your own inward intentions. So it's listening to yourself. So Virgo is the critic. It criticizes things and it breaks it down and it learns to dissect things. And then Libra is the friend. It's finding the balance between your ego mind and your rational mind, as well as going inward on your intentions and your heart. So that was a really good read. It seems to explain a lot that is happening for this new moon in Aquarius. So sudden changes of plans could create a turn of fate that could play out in our lives, changing our future plans. So it's somewhat of a chaotic energy because the ruler of this new moon is Uranus, and Uranus is in Taurus, and it's square this new moon, and it is trine Venus, and it's sextile Jupiter. So there is definitely some tension and things that might need to be worked out in order to create the change that we're looking for. It can create tension in some of our relationships, which then will act as a catalyst for change. So having these conversations, the conversations might not always go as expected, but regardless, we find out much needed information so we can make our decision. So our concrete decision. So we're being asked to make the necessary changes within our lives. And this could be at home and like our daily routines, our work habits, our health habits, and how we want to play out our day. And also the way that we want to work. So the conjunction of Mars and Venus in the sign of Capricorn will be happening on the 16th after this new moon. And this is blending the masculine and feminine energy, making it easy to implement our new routines and systems that we worked into our new habits and our daily rituals. So we're being asked to reach out to the communities, like a very Aquarius thing to do, and share our gifts. They are needed at this time. So if you are a healer and you have a story of your healing journey, this is the time to reach out to those that may be going through the same, to help assist and also share your story with them on the process that you did to transmute your experiences into a positive utility. So reach out to family, reach out to friends and close networks to create ways to work together for the common cause of pushing us into the future. This, to me, is a really like new start. Like I felt like the new moon in Capricorn that happened in the beginning of the new year. I think it was December 2nd. Yeah, the new moon, December 2nd in Capricorn. I felt like that wasn't a new moon. Like I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of growth to move forward. Like I felt like the new moon on January 2nd was the energy of redirection. And that's what was new. So when you're being redirected or rerouted, you have to change all of your plans. And I feel like this new moon is wrapping up that redirection, because we have been rethinking a lot on where we want to, or how we want to create our everyday life around the new reroute, if that makes sense. And we had the full moon in Cancer, which was I really enjoyed it, but for a lot of people, it was very emotional. I have a moon in, a Venus in Cancer. So I really enjoyed the energy. But that is like a completion, could even be a completion of like karmic cycles through your family lineage. And so with breaking those cycles, you have to find your own unique, authentic cycle. And I feel like that's been happening since January 16th. And this new moon in Aquarius is kind of like the dawning of a new life for each of us and a collective as well. So I think we're starting to become accustomed to the new world, and we are becoming more clear on the direction that we're taking and where it's going, where we're heading, which is very nice. The unknown and the fog is still there. I mean, I'm looking outside and I can't see much. I can't see the water. I can't see the houses across the water. So we're definitely still kind of feeling a little foggy because of the unexpected changes that has happened right around this new moon. And I don't think it's going to create too much of a change that we weren't expecting, but the unexpected changes that will be happening during this new moon will be ones where you just have to tweak what is going to be happening on more of a daily output, if that makes sense. So that's what I got for you guys. I am going to grab my cards now and take off this itchy wig. All right, see you when I get back. Stick around for the card reading. It's going to be good. I have a feeling. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to totally read on the new moon in Aquarius from this moon cycle book. Detach, release and let go of attachment at this new moon in Aquarius. It's the most detached sign of all. People get confused about Aquarius because although it's a water bearer, it is an air sign. And as such, it tends to live a lot inside its own head because Aquarius is the head and Leo is the heart. Okay, and that's where we have to balance the two, especially with this particular new moon because of the Venus and retrograde and Mars and Venus conjunction after. Yeah, so Venus is direct, it's very close. So we are thinking a lot of our relationships and partnerships. This has a drawbacks, of course, but overall the place where we have Aquarius in our chart is where we can be pragmatic as opposed to overly emotional, and to lead by feelings only. Sometimes logic is called for. To be true, use this new moon to ask yourself if you're giving yourself the space to be your true own unique self. Aquarius is a sign that doesn't care about convention as much as the rest of us. It actually makes sense that Valentine's Day falls in the Aquarius period, since people fall in love when they see someone's real self, weird bits and all. Be inventive. If you're feeling stumped by someone or something, harness the new moon in Aquarius to come up with the new ideas or inventions or solutions. The Aquarius energy is all about looking forward to the future and what's next. It's fashion forward sign that it also rules technology and progress. If you've become stuck in a rut, this is a time of year to acknowledge that and make some changes. Make like Aquarius energy and care less about society norms. Be your own self, reach out. All of us have such a unique thing to give to society. It's about knowing your uniqueness and then standing out and helping others. Be charitable. If you only make a charitable donation a year, make it when the new moon Aquarius is taking place. Aquarius is the energy that wants to work for the betterment of the human race, and this is a time for all of us to do our bit. Oh, that's what I said too. Connect, be sociable this month too. Aquarius is a funny sign, and it's most better at relating to large groups of people than it is one-on-one. I totally understand that with the South Node in Aquarius. That's why it's such a humanitarian sign. So when the new moon in Aquarius takes place, it's a great time to check in with your friends and social circles. Aquarius has real sense of people getting together for a common ideal. So check out your tribe. So that's that. And I'm going to start off with the archetypes, the diamonds. So this reading has to do with what do we have in store for this Aquarius new moon? What can we focus on? The womb. That's a cool card. The womb is a place. Oh, I just saw it. There it is, 155. Weird book. The nest, the belly, the origin. Everything has an origin story. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning, the mother beyond the mother. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles, this card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. It is a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of us all. She is the life-giving force that gives and cherishes even the most wounded and desperate soul. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return, to be reborn in the name of love. The womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. We are within it as it is within us. So when in the light, nutrient, harmony, warm, love. When in the dark, stricken, infertility, imbalance, ecological crisis. And to bring into balance the origin of the world by Justive Corbett. Consider that Mother Earth must also have a mother. Imagine her. What would honoring the feminine look like to you? Where would you begin? Imagine yourself as loved is a good place to start. Yeah, I mean, if you are getting touched by feminine energy, you'll definitely feel that. You'll definitely feel the love. I'm going to do an animal spirit by Kim Kranz. The bat again. I think we had the bat in the last one. Oh, turned right to it. Weird. Okay, so darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat awaits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is the master of the subtle senses and underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. It's just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. Moving forward, moving on. When in balance, accepts, adapts, adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go and reminisces. And to bring into balance is watch the sunrise. Beautiful. All right. Now I will choose from the Threads of Fate. Some diesel. Came right out. No problem there. Patience. It's funny, it came out like right away, but it's patience. So maybe this is something that came, let's say, across our path pretty quickly, but we also have to have patience because it might not unfold the way that it came in. So just because it came in fast doesn't mean that we're going to get to the destination with whatever came into our lives fast. Okay. That's kind of what I was getting from that. So patience. 18. Okay, and it's the turtle. See the little turtle shell? This card brings the message that you must be patient and trust divine timing. Humans are anxious creatures. We know what we want and we want it now. But we're also working in collaboration with the divine, which means that sometimes we have to wait longer and then we would have light. Looking to the earth can help when we are working to cultivate patience. We cannot rush the seasons. So that's the difference between the anxious energy of Virgo and the slow movement of Taurus. The tadpole cannot rush its metamorphosis. A tree cannot rush its growth. This card asks you to have faith that your own process is happening in perfect time. So the turtle is a call towards steady determination. Sometimes people who struggle with patience decides to give up on something simply because that they are unable to wait for the things to come into fruition. Any delays discourage them. Something to note about turtles is that their land speed is about 3 to 4 miles per hour, but their speed in water is 10 to 12. Ooh. So with our emotions, can move faster. This is a reminder that if we lead with the heart and our emotions, you're going to get somewhere faster than if you lead with practicality. Very cool. And wait for the right time. We will have less resistance and make more progress. The spirit of the turtle calls for resolve, grit, and persistence. You can call upon the turtle when you need assistance in sustaining consistent effort in your long-lasting venture. Ooh, very cool. I like how it popped out and gave us such a nice read. All right, next I'm going to pick from the Mermaid Oracle. And I think I'll do the Circus Oracle just because Aquarius seems like very like circus energy. For the new moon in Aquarius, for the collective, 3 times, and then I'm going to pick the top. The present. Gift, treasure, revelation of own value. That sounds exactly what's going on here. This is card 12, which is at the same degrees as this new moon. Pretty cool. We have heard that in the warm semi-tropical waters of Australia, Moreton Bay, a group of marine biologists have recently recorded fascinating new interactions between dolphins and humans. The dolphins of this beautiful place have been, for over 10 years now, bringing gifts to the biologists who in turn have fed them in a strictly regulated program. This sounds like crows, because crows do the same thing. They want to contribute, they want to give back. When you give to them, they give to you. You could look it up on YouTube. It's the girl who gets gifts from crows or something like that. You'll see the news story. All right, the dolphins have brought to the biologists eels, fish, shells, and pieces of treasure from the sea, refusing to take them back when they are offered to them in a moment of interspecies reciprocity, which is moving and beautiful. The pure communication of sharing and energy exchange. When this card comes to you, you are being shown how the energy is being exchanged in the present moment. So the deviation for this card is there will be either a gift given or a gift received, but there can be no true gift without reciprocation. When energy is exchanged, bonds grow closer and connection is deeper. The exchange of gifts may also be about the giving of time and energy to each, shifting and moving away from a typical kind of work or pay into a more flexible system of exchange and caretaking. Friends will offer it to do things for you, and before you feel beholden to them or hesitate to accept because you do not wish to be burdened, remember the joy of the gift is in the giving. The gift cannot be given unless there is a true connection. The gift, when this card is upright, comes from a pure and good place. It is joyful and is given to the very best of intentions. It will draw you closer and create even more intimacy and trust in your relationships. A beautiful sense of partnership will evolve out of what seems like a simple act of generosity. The exchange will never end. It is a bond forged beyond time. And as long as there is love, caring, and trust, the energy grows and ripples out into the world. Wow, that is a beautiful card for Aquarius. So I think this one will be the last, because I did say I was going to pull the circus. That was a really good card, though. All right, shuffle 3 times, pick the top. Nothing pops out. There's 1, 2, 3. Go fish. Card number 9. Yeah, they better leave my crows alone. I love crows. They're so smart. They can come over this way. There's probably something shady happening in Sunnyvale or something, or San Jose. Maybe it's all the tech. Maybe they're putting up more towers or something. The crows are pissed. Hey, I don't know. Crows are as smart as dolphins. They're super smart. They use tools like humans. They're like as smart as like a 7-year-old child, I swear. They use tools. The murder of crows, they're usually paying homage to their dead. So they'll bring like twigs and gifts. If you feed them, they'll bring you treasures and like gifts because they give back. Yeah, they're pretty amazing. Sometimes what you want is right in front of your nose, just waiting to be recognized. At other times, what you want is more like a treasure hidden within the depths of your oceanic being. You have to go deeper to find what you desire. What you most want, need, desire, and crave has been bubbling up from within you. It is rising from the depths of you now. It's time for you to discover the inner treasure. It's time to go fish. This is this new moon. So much confirmation. Oh my God, my East Coast accent coming out again. You are an ocean of consciousness, ocean deep and vast. It's filled with so much creativity, energy, and healing power. Did you know this about yourself? Even if you did, you are about to discover that there is more to you than you realize. Within those hidden depths, there is a magnificent, undiscovered magic which wants to come alive in your world. There's something truly wonderful wanting to capture your attention. It wants to be caught. So much so, it's practically jumping out of your inner ocean, like a flying fish wanting your attention and a place in your world. So maybe this new moon, that might be the unexpected sudden changes. Maybe it's changes of, maybe you're getting sudden information and insights. This oracle of Go Fish says that there are powers, abilities, gifts, and new ways of being surging up from your unconscious mind. You are bringing forth more of who you are, but it is the you that you haven't really known existed before. So at times it's going to be surprising, exciting, or eventually a little uncomfortable as you get used to the extra energy stirring up from within. If you or someone or something in your life has been lacking in energy, becoming stuck or blocked in some way, then this oracle indicates that new creative energy is becoming available to you and is going to get things moving in the right direction. How can you go fish? Art, dance, music, meditation, bringing in or near water, going to an aquarium, expressing yourself creatively in any way will help you catch the fish from your inner ocean that will feed your body, mind, soul with all that you need to become the glorious, vibrant, boldly colorful being that you are destined to be. So the healing trick for this card, you could say aloud or chant 3 times, deeper than the deep blue sea, the ocean of love inside of me has endless magic and creativity. So now I go fish. The universe blesses my wish for me to become all I can be. Here, fishy, fishy, bring luck, love, fortune to me. Make some fishy faces, puckering the mouth into an O shape, and then giggling. You don't tell me what to do. No. All right, so treasures once hidden are now revealed, and every part of my life is effortlessly healed. So that is the reading. I thought it was very appropriate. I'll do a little roll. We have Gemini, Uranus, 4th. So there is definitely some information that is going to be communicated. And this is going to be something that's very close to our heart. It could be a certain female or feminine energy in your life that will be communicating with you, or it could be an abrupt realization that there is a feminine energy in your life that you no longer want to participate with that energy. So maybe you had a very neglectful mother, and you have noticed in your life with your relationships, in your romantic relationships with women, that these women are also very neglectful. And so maybe you're becoming more aware of the karmic cycles that have been repeated because of you not being aware of this. And so I feel like that's going to be a closure for you. So whoever that's for, that was a channel message with the dice. And I'm just looking for a card. Let's see. No card is popping out so far. I'm going to get this other deck. Oh, oh, the 4 of Pentacles. And we rolled the 4 too, and the Queen of Wands. So the 4 of Pentacles is telling us that we need to think about our money, saving our money. See how he's sitting on a couple coins. He's holding one in his hand, and there's one on his head. So this is the heart and the head. This is the lion, the Leo, and the Aquarius. So definitely be conservative with what you're spending. And this could even be spending in the areas of your heart. Okay. This could even be, hey, I'm spending too much time thinking about things. Okay. And talking myself out of things. I'm thinking too much with my heart, and I'm not using my head. So this card is telling me that we need to balance these two, so we're not spending all of this unnecessary energy on the thoughts or the emotions of things. It's asking us to balance the masculine and feminine, the Aquarius and Leo, in conserving our energy and finding that which serves us. Okay. So the Queen of Wands, this is about being independent. And this is about having the courage. And because it is upright, this is talking about our self-respect and our self-confidence. This is reestablishing a sense of self. So conserve and save your energy and go inward and think about what you want to manifest in your life that will reflect your self-respect and your self-confidence. So thank you for joining. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos. If you're interested in learning astrology, I have 3 workshops that I am hosting on Zoom, and I will have PowerPoint and slides, and you're going to get all kinds of information. So you can learn how to read your own birth chart. So you can start following how to look up your progressions, solar arcs, transits, and what things will look like for your solar year. So thank you and peace out. Make this the best new beginning for this new year of 2022, which is a numerology 6, which is about Venus and balance and partnership. So we're all learning how to balance these 2 aspects of self. All right, peace out. Your Lucid Living Coach, Karina.